So I'm here today with Rosie Rodriguez, and Rosie just turned 32 and wants to start a club, a running club for girls ages...
middle school and high school.
Middle school and high school.
To 17.
And eventually you want to bring men and boys into the picture, right?
Definitely.
But right now your focus is on girls. Why?
The focus is on girls because I work with the Lower Eastside Girls Club, and we see that a lot of the girls are underserved in our community. I live in the East Village, and so there are a lot of services for boys. There's already a boys club that's separate, and we just want to have a space for girls. But we're also making it, we have a community center. It's a $20 million building on Avenue D, very close to the East River Pathway, which is perfect for the girls to go running. So it'll be a community center, but always with a focus on girls, because we started focused on girls and empowerment of women. So
why are you a runner? Why do you run? And how long have you been running?
I've been running since college. I was looking for a release outside of school, and I'd played soccer throughout middle school and high school, but I needed a new sport and a new activity where I could push myself and get healthy, but also be in a great mental place. And running was just the perfect fit, because I could be competitive with myself and still feel like I was pushing myself, but then I could also take time to really think about what was going on in my life. So it's a nice balance of pushing myself, but then also having some time to really think about what was going on in my life.
Do you find that it helped you, does it help you process information?
Definitely.
Is it, you know, some people have been talking about running as a form of meditation.
Well, I think what's nice is sometimes I push myself so hard that it is a meditation, and I think I lose myself in the run, and I don't think about anything at all, and it kind of clears my mind when things are so hectic in New York. But then there's other times when I have a problem, whether it's at work or my personal life, and it's nice to get outside and run and just kind of be by myself to process and think about that issue, or just think about things that are going on, because it's just me on the road, and I can really focus on what's going on without any distractions.
Right, so you're actually living in the moment.
Exactly.
Right. So now what, I mean, you're so beautiful and healthy, you have great skin, beautiful hair, I mean, so does that, I mean, is that like one of the bonuses of running?
Well, I think what's nice is that as you run, you start to gain confidence, and you start to feel better about yourself, and you want to run more, and you want to be outside more, and you start feeling healthier, and it affects the rest of your life. And so when you're in a good place, and your headspace is positive, and you're feeling great, I think it kind of transfers to the rest of you, and you can kind of from the outside in start feeling a little bit more beautiful and healthy.
How about like aches and pains? I mean, I'm not a big runner, but you know, the times that I have, I feel like, you know, something hurts, or you know, it's my back, and sometimes I have a problem like coordinating my breathing. And I find myself, I think, more out of breath than I am tired.
Yeah, I think running is such a mental game. I think sometimes it's less physical, and it's in your head, and it's just you telling yourself you can do it, or you can, you know, kind of calming yourself, because the body sort of does a fight or flight thing, and you just have to tell yourself as you're running, like, I can do this, and I can get to the next mile, or I can get to the next corner, and keep pushing yourself. And sometimes with aches and pains, you always have to listen to your body, and if you're feeling like you need a rest day, I always take a rest day, but sometimes it's just kind of pushing through it and getting to the end of the run and not quitting, even if it means stopping for a little bit and then going. But with aches and pains, always sort of take a, always take a rest day.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it's okay then to stop during a run and, get yourself
When I first started running, I would never stop, but now I realize that it's important sometimes to take a moment and stop if you need to, and then just always keep going right after. But it's better to kind of get yourself together than to push yourself and injure yourself.
Right, okay.
Definitely.
So now also I have here that you're currently involved with the club that you mentioned a little bit earlier.
Right.
You mentor young girls, and you serve on the board of directors as secretary, and you volunteer with the Angel Alliance. Tell us a little bit about that.
The Girls Club was formed in 1996 when all of the boys and girls clubs in the U.S. merged, but the one in the Lower East Side wanted to remain a boys club. And so a group of mothers and activists got together and created the Girls Club. So we worked out of church basements and community centers, and we raised $20 million to create this state-of-the-art facility on the Lower East Side on Avenue D. And so I got involved when I was looking for a charity to run the New York City Marathon with. And so I found the girls club, and it was a great fit. I spoke Spanish. They needed a young girl spoke Spanish and needed a mentor who she could relate to. And we just hit it off, and they asked me to join the board. And since then, have been raising money and helping support them in any way I can.
Wow. So you raised enough money there to build a $20 million facility. That's quite admirable.
It's a beautiful building with a health and wellness center for the girls. We do yoga. There's healthy snacks every week. And now we're starting the running club so that the girls can get outside, since we're so close to the East River track and to the park. Because they've been asking for it. They hear about me talking about running and how much I love it, and they want to go out there and run too.
Do you have other people as well helping with running programs, or is it just you?
I have another friend, Jessie, who has started running clubs for adults and is an art therapist for children, and so she's helping me build a curriculum around health, wellness, and running. So it's about the building blocks for the girls. So it's not just about the running, but it's health and wellness, as well as empowerment, so that they understand the connection between all of it, and it's not just going out and running, and they build a good foundation, and they feel good about themselves and what they're doing.
So is it are they like after school programs,
right?
Or all right, so they're all like after school.
After school at from 4 to 6 o'clock on a Monday. We'll have a few mentors paired up with the girls. Some days we'll go out to the track and we'll do workouts. Other days we'll watch videos of women runners. We'll talk about form, we'll talk about stretching, just so that they understand sort of everything about running.
Wow,
and they can see other strong women running, which is why I'm excited about the race, because it's a chance for them to see what you can accomplish when you are training and when you put your mind to something, to a goal.
Now, how long have you been running the Moore race?
This is my first one.
Okay. So how did you find them?
Or
how did they find you?
I'm a big fan of New York Roadrunners and just racing in general. And I saw that they were doing a women's race, and I thought it was a great chance to run. And I love running in Central Park and in New York City, mostly downtown. But it's a nice opportunity to see another part of the city that I don't usually run.
Right, because you were on the east side, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's great to have the chance to run with so many other women.
So do you have any sponsors for this particular race this weekend, or
no?
Not
Just
yet.
not
You're just
yet.
participating.
Just participating.
Are you taking any of the girls with you?
Yeah, definitely.
How many?
So we're trying to see how many can come, because it's on the weekend, and so it's usually they have a lot of family commitments, and so it's hard. So we're working on getting a little group together.
Should get their parents involved.
I know. Well, that's the thing.
Especially their moms.
Well, some of the moms I think are gonna. We should get them involved, because they do a lot of work at the Girls Club. We do have a mom squad who helps us run the programs, and so I think the moms would benefit as well from being at the track with us and hearing everything, and then going on their own and doing a run or walk along the track. So we definitely want to get moms involved too.
Yeah, I'm going to do it next year. And you know what? You can also have, I'm going to put my 2 cents in here, unsolicited advice. You can do like a mother-daughters run, and even mothers that don't have daughters that are working there, they can just, have a daughter for a day or something,
exactly. And I think it's nice to have that connection and have someone with you next to you. It makes things a lot easier, because a lot of times I run by myself just because of timing, but when I run with a group or with someone else, it's just a much nicer experience, and just getting to know other people is great, and having them motivate you. So I think it's nice to have that mentor balance there.
Right. So if I were looking for a running partner, how would I go about that? Would you recommend maybe joining the Roadrunners Club, or?
Yeah, I think joining Roadrunners is a great opportunity. They have so many different races. They have training runs. They have yoga sessions. So you can definitely meet people there and set up your own running group, or they have running groups specifically. There's other organizations around the city that have run clubs as well. I'm part of a group of women who are more creative types, and we run together every Wednesday and Sunday. So it's you just kind of find people through New York Roadrunners, or if you go online, there's so many running clubs in the city now. It's a very exciting time to be a runner in New York.
Okay, I'm going to check it out.
Definitely.
So where can we find you? on social media?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
What's your Twitter
Rosie,
handle?
7000.
Rosie 7000 on Twitter.
Yes.
Are you on Facebook?
Yes.
And
Rosie Rodriguez.
Right. And Instagram?
Rosie 7000.
Okay.
Yeah, trying
So
to keep
both.
things consistent.
Yeah, no, that's good.
And you can always follow the Girls Club at Girls Club NY.
Okay. So if you were going to tell us a moment in your life where you were rewired, like something really significant happened and made you change your life, what would that be?
There was a time when I was running over the Brooklyn Bridge. I was in a job that I was moving up very quickly and loved, but felt like something was missing. And the more I thought about the Girls Club and the work I was doing with the women there, I realized that I needed to make a change. And I went back to business school shortly after that, and I realized what I wanted to do was work in entrepreneurship and empower women through business and through social good. And so that moment, just going over the bridge at night, it was a moment where everything changed. I said, this is what I really want to do with my life. And from then on, I haven't looked back, and graduated from school last May and have been working as a consultant for myself since then. So it's been a great journey that I credit to running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one last question.
Sure.
Do you run against traffic or with traffic?
I run both, but I know
Is there technically a right and wrong way?
you should run against traffic so that you know what's coming at you.
This is such a learning lesson for me, because I see all the runners running with traffic, and I always assume that you had to run with traffic as you would a bicycle. But I'm hearing that that's not correct. Yeah, well, that you do want to know, because especially in today's world with the texting and the driving and who's
it's like dodging
it's scary.
Everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Bikes, messengers, walkers, everything, cars.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.